Before I start this video, I just want to say thank you guys. We have finally reached 100 subscribers. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. Keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing. And yeah, just shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. Anyway, it's the day after the day of the FA Cup final. And obviously, I'm super disappointed at how the result ended. Obviously, Chelsea lost to Arsenal. And you know how it is. Arsenal fans have not let me go. It's literally been banter FC for the past day, and I'm tired. Literally, they have been on my case, been calling me, talking about, yeah, London is red, whatever. Anyway, I decided to take my time with this video just because you know how it is after a soccer game, you know, especially after you've lost, you're pretty mad, you're pretty frustrated, and you're most likely to give a biased opinion towards your team just because you're mad that you guys lost. So I decided, let me chill, let me watch the highlights again, let me hear what the pundits have to say, just so I can confirm that I was actually thinking the right things and I saw what I actually saw. And I have to say, one thing that stood out is the referees' decisions. And I don't know what the Premier League is doing and what the FA is doing and what the English Referees Association is doing, but I'm sorry, the referees this season have been poor. If you've been watching the Premier League, it's as if the referees keep going down. And this is another reason why Premier League referees are not chosen for World Cup games. Because of this, they've been poor. And even with VAR, it's like they've gotten worse. And what makes me so mad is that it's like, you see what the pundits have to say, you see what football experts have to say. These are literally obvious decisions that are being made, and it's just poor decisions. Even someone who doesn't know soccer can still see that these referees are bad. And quite frankly, I feel like Chelsea needs to do something about it, or the teams need to do something about it. The coaches need to change this because it's affecting the players. Pain and suffering for the players. First of all, financially, it's affecting clubs because there's millions on the line. Football is $1 billion industry, and you can't afford referees making such poor mistakes. The players work so hard, management works so hard to get to that level and to keep players and win titles, and then to be let down by a ref. I don't understand. And this is not me taking anything away from Arsenal. Arsenal really played well. They came back from 1-0 down. They fought well, and I'm happy. I'm not happy for them, but good for them. But yeah, I don't want to take anything away from them. But clearly, Anthony Taylor has to go. I'm sorry, I have to call him out. His decisions are poor. It's time to go. And people are going to think I'm just saying this because it's Chelsea and I'm being biased. But no, personally, I'm starting to think Anthony Taylor has an agenda against Chelsea. And I'm actually going to prove this to you guys because I know a lot of people are going to say, please shut up, you're just being biased. No, this guy has an agenda against Chelsea. I'm going to start off with the actual game. First of all, Mateo Kovacic should have never got a second yellow. I don't know why yellow cards don't go to VAR. I don't know why the ref didn't double check, because players milk fouls. And obviously in a final, you can't afford to make a mistake like that. That was not a red card for Mateo Kovacic. And that literally killed the game for Arsenal. I think we had to play the rest of 20 minutes. And what makes me mad is that we were actually gaining momentum in the game when that happened. And obviously 10 men, the game's pretty much over. We're 2-1 down. The chances of us coming back from that are pretty low. Second of all, the Christensen foul. I don't know why the ref didn't call that. It was right in front of him. He can't even say he didn't see it. And there's VAR. VAR doesn't do anything. What is VAR there for? It's to make sure that if the ref can't see the error or the foul with the naked eye, he can go back and look again and double check. Nothing, literally. And guess what that led to? That led to Aubameyang's second goal, 2-1. I really don't understand why. Third, that Emi Martinez catching the ball outside the 18-yard area. I really do not understand how, as a ref, a professional referee who's been reffing for I don't know how many years, how you don't personally go and check the screen and see what happened is beyond me. Emi Martinez clearly caught the ball outside the box. Everybody saw it. There's pictures on Twitter, there's pictures online. And yes, actually, let me get back to the fact that this guy has an agenda. That's just one game. I'm actually going to pull this up on Twitter just Just so you guys understand how poor this guy is, right? Yeah, I'm actually going to get it on Twitter. This guy, handle Chelsea France TV, they actually posted this tweet, right? So I'm going to start off with one that everyone will actually remember. I don't know if you guys remember Chelsea versus Manchester United. I think it was the Carabao Cup. Yes. Harry Maguire kicked out at Michy Batshuayi in the nuts. It was there for everyone to see. He kicked him. And what happened? Nothing. And who won that game? Manchester United. No card given. Harry Maguire, scot-free, went away. Even later on in the interview, he said, nah, it was a natural reaction. How is it a natural reaction to kick someone in the nuts? Same referee, Anthony Taylor. So I'm not talking anything like, I'm not making this stuff up. This guy's an agenda against us. Another one. We were playing Manchester United again. By the way, Anthony Taylor is Manchester born. I'm just saying this, do what you want with that information. But he's Manchester born, and these are games against Manchester. Probably one of our biggest games of the season, one of the biggest rivalries we have, right? It was against Manchester United. Fred, actually, a Manchester United player, pushed Azpilicueta in the back, in the box, right? Causing him to fall forwards. What was it given as? Man United free kick, right? According to Anthony Taylor, Azpilicueta fouled someone else. Oh, he fouled McTominay, actually. Yeah, because first Fred pushed him, then obviously Azpilicueta fell over. And guess who won that game? Pretty sure it was Manchester United. Another one. There was a game back in the day when we were still coached by Mourinho. It was against Southampton. Cesc Fabregas got fouled in the box. Anthony Taylor gave a yellow card to Cesc Fabregas. And what happened? After the match, he apologized to Mourinho. How does that help? The match is done. This cost Chelsea the game. Thanks to who? Once again, Anthony Taylor. So you guys are seeing, this guy clearly has an agenda. Against Manchester United, another one. It was a foul by Hernandez on Willian on the edge of the box. What happened? Willian booked for diving. This is stuff that's been happening, and there's VAR, there's all of these things, and nothing's being done. I don't care, but it's time for Anthony Taylor to go. He needs to hand in his license, or they need to take it away from him, or something needs to happen. He needs to be suspended. If you're poor at your job, why let someone continue doing it? Like, this is borderline match fixing. I don't want to say that the guy is literally match fixing. And at the same time, I can't believe that these are just normal mistakes. These aren't normal mistakes. You're refereeing at the highest level. You can't be making mistakes like this. I'm sorry. I'm going to mention another one against Tottenham now, because I've been mentioning United ones. It was Dele Alli. I think. I'm pretty sure it was Dele Alli. Yeah, Dele Alli literally jumped into Mateo Kovacic. It was literally like a WWE move. I swear to you guys, Kovacic got booked that day. I don't know how it happened, but yeah. Literally, you can go onto the actual handle and check it out yourself. It's Chelsea France TV. There's literally about 10 decisions, all made by Anthony Taylor against Chelsea, and nothing was done. And this guy is still reffing. He's out here reffing finals after all these mistakes. Mistakes in inverted commas. So yeah, that's just my opinion. The second thing that I want to talk about is our captain, Azpilicueta. I'm sorry, I can't let this one go. It's unforgivable. It's criminal, giving away a penalty as the captain of the team in a final. How do you think your team is supposed to feel? How do you think your team is going to kick on from there? We're 1-0 up, the game is still in the balance, the other team is attacking. You go and give away a soft penalty like that. In my opinion, I can't let this one slide. Cesar Azpilicueta is one of the most experienced players in our team. He's our captain, and we have a predominantly young team. So everyone is looking up to him to lead by example. He should be leading from the front. And I feel like in this game, he let us down. And guess what? A couple minutes later, he got injured. So he was off the pitch. So he couldn't even make up for it. And we ended up losing the game. So that just tells you that This guy needs to be able to take responsibility for his actions. I'm sorry. In a past video that we did, the player ratings actually for the game, with it was with Mawande, PJ, and Jimmy. And Mawande actually mentioned a really good point about how back in the day, one Chelsea team used to have like 4 or 5 international captains. At some points, we had Ballack, Lampard, Terry, Drogba, Mikel, Essien. All of these guys were captains of their national teams. And you could tell that there was leadership in the squad, because even if the chips were down, we'd fight. Like, the players would always give 100%. Personally, I get it. We can't win every single game. But come on, as a player, as a team, you guys at least can give 100% for your club and for your fans. Even if you lose, it's okay. But I want to see fight. I want to see passion. And the only person that I saw passion from this weekend was Christian Pulisic. And sadly, he had to go off injured. But this guy, I'm telling you, this guy is one of the most passionate Chelsea players I've seen. The guy was literally running, pulled his hamstring, still chose to shoot the ball just to try and get the goal with a torn hamstring, I'm guessing. I'm not sure if it's a torn hamstring or pulled hamstring. Literally, and even afterwards, you could see him hit the ground. He was so frustrated at what had happened. That's what you call passion. That's what you call playing for the badge. And right now, I don't see the players doing it. I'm sorry. I was really disappointed by what I've seen. It's like we literally crumbled. We let Arsenal just dominate the game, even while we were still in it. We started off well, but we just crumbled. And I don't understand where the mentality is right now of the players. We need to have players that are mentally strong. And I get it, we're making signings. We want talented players in our team. But at the same time, I feel like the coaches and management need to start looking for players who have that leadership quality in them. And whoever is supposed to be a leader right now, they should be called out, because it's unacceptable, that players continue to do this and let the club down. As I said, I don't mind seeing my team lose, but the least you could do is just give 100% on the field and play with passion and pride, play for the badge. And really, I didn't see that this weekend, apart from the first 20 minutes of the game and Christian Pulisic for most of the game, who literally went off injured. So another thing, yeah, we had some really bad luck. I have to actually mention that. We had some really bad luck to this game. Pulisic and Azpilicueta both got injured and had to be taken off. So that was unlucky. But still, the game was still in our hands and we let it slip because the players' mentalities were not in the right place. The last thing that I want to talk about is our coach, Frank Lampard. And I have to say, I'm not convinced yet by Frank, because yes, he made top 4 and I commend him for that. It's a huge achievement. It's his first season at the club. It's his first season coaching a Premier League team. Props for that. But the Premier League isn't the only competition that we compete in. And yes, props for making top 4, but we didn't win. So he still needs to do better. And if you probably ask me, what would I rather have? Top 4 or an FA Cup trophy? I would probably say, actually not probably, I would say a top 4 finish in the Premier League. Just because that's more important for us, and even financially, it helps the team way more than the FA Cup. And we're always going to be in the FA Cup. But still, that's no excuse. I'm disappointed in Frank Lampard and how he managed the game. The tactics, like as a coach. And the one thing that the coaches, I don't know if they realize it, that's such a huge advantage, is these water breaks they get, I think at 22 minutes, right? First of all, you can see that Arsenal are growing into the game in the first half, right? And literally at some point, I remember talking to Jimmy and we were both just praying for halftime, like, please, just hold on to halftime, hold it 1-1, and let's take that break and go again and see what we can get out of this game. Literally, nothing changed. I don't know if Lampard didn't talk to the players but it starts at the top, and Lampard's the coach and he's supposed to instill that mentality in the players, and then the players should be able to carry that through. And I have to say, I just didn't see it from Frank Lampard this time around. Tactics were off, especially in the second half. There was just nothing there. Nothing from after 20 minutes, nothing showed me that we were going to win that game. Second of all, substitutions. First of all, he substituted, Azpilicueta got injured. Okay, so I'm thinking there is no like-for-like player right now for Azpilicueta in our team. But the least you could do is, if you're going to change him, put in another defender who actually has pace. For example, Tomori, and you could argue that Tomori hasn't been playing lately. But you have to stick with your initial tactics as a coach that work. And Azpilicueta playing alongside Reece James works. Now, what does he do? He goes and puts in Christensen. Another slow defender. So now we have 3 slow defenders against an Arsenal attack of Aubameyang, Pepe and Lacazette. What do you expect? What do you expect? Please tell me, as a professional coach, you're telling me you can't make that decision. I can't say any further about this. The tactics, the substitutions. At least change the shape and put in N'Golo Kante. Put him there right in front of the defenders. And if you need him to play as a fit centre back as well, he can interchange. Change the shape, go and attack. It's a final. We're trying to win. We're not trying to not lose. We're trying to win. And I just didn't see that from Frank Lampard's tactics. And it continued. The team was playing badly, clearly, by the second half. No changes. Besides Azpilicueta, who got injured, there was no changes until we got a red card. I do not understand. At least 60 minutes or even half time, make the change. It's the final. You cannot be stubborn and think, oh no, things are just going to change for themselves. Make the decision. You are the captain. You are the head. You are the captain of the ship. Make the decision and change the players. Like, I don't understand what happened with Frank. I mean, yes, he's inexperienced, but this is inexcusable. Yeah, and you have a whole team around you. You have all these cameras, all these tablets where you can rewatch everything. Make a change. Put in Barkley. Mount was literally just non-existent by the second half. Put in Barkley. Put in Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Put in Kante. Just do something. Even Tammy. I don't like Tammy Abraham at my club, but bro, just make some change. Like, the game is not going to change itself. And I must say, I'm really disappointed. I know that Lampard is a club legend, but for me, that final, he played a part in us losing that final. And I can't let that slide. And I must say, I'm still disappointed. As I said in my previous video, I really wanted that trophy. I feel like it was an important trophy for us as a club, for the fans. It was an important trophy, particularly for the young players and the academy graduates that are now stepping up in the first team. And it was an important trophy for Frank Lampard. And I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. And going into the Champions League, we're pretty much out of that. So our season is over. And to end the season off like this, after celebrating top 4 and being so happy about making the Champions League, I must say, this is a red flag for me, from Frank Lampard. And I must say, I'm going to be watching him very, very closely. And yeah, I really am starting to have a couple doubts about this. But I hope that was just a one-time thing and he'll get better next season. You know, he'll talk to the boys, you know, make sure that everything is ready, because I want us to win trophies. And yes, we can celebrate top 4 and making the Champions League, but we need to make history as a club. He needs to make history as a coach. Otherwise, if that can't happen, with all the funds that they're going to give him and with all the money they're pumping into the club, if he can't make it work, then we might have to move on. I'm not saying that we should move on. I think he should be given time, at least 3 years, to coach the team and see how far he can take it. But I have to say that I'm not yet 100% convinced, but I hope that things will change next season. Anyway, bad luck to the boys, bad luck to the fans. These things happen in football. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you have a good game, sometimes you have a bad game, sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. And clearly it wasn't our day. Yeah, we had a lot against us, the ref, the injuries. But at the same time, we have to look at ourselves and think how we could have done better. And that's the most important thing for me. And I really hope Chelsea can learn from this and grow from this. And yeah, we just keep moving forward, moving on to Bayern Munich. I want us to have a positive attitude. I don't care if we're down. I don't care the chips are down against us, but this is football. Anything can happen. I want the boys to go in and give 110%. Play for the badge. Play like it's your last game. That's all I want from them. And even if we lose, that's okay. But just show some fight and show some passion for the club. Anyway, that leads me to the end of the video. Please look out for the Bayern Munich preview. And yeah, I hope we could do well because, yeah, I have to say, that was a sad ending to a really good FA Cup run. But yeah, cheers, guys.